Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dr. Syafiq. Today, I would like to presentate about the crimes against humanity. Oh, first of all, my name is Pandu Putra Ritonga. Okay, I will begin. For the first, we see one of the maybe quotes from one of the former Nuremberg prosecutor Ben Ferrets. The illegal use of armed force is a crime against humanity. So it's not only a crimes of aggression, a war crimes is also crimes against humanity who use the illegal armed force. Said from the former Nuremberg prosecutor Ben Ferrets. So in a sense, what is crimes against humanity? If we look to the Article 7 of ICC Rome Statute, it states that crime against humanity means any of the following acts when committed as part of widespread of systematic attack directed against any civilian population. So, by this statement, what can we understand that crimes against humanity, it's crimes against civilian, against the innocent. Any type of act that have a chance to endanger or put a civilian into danger condition. Not only murdering, enslavement, something like it, or in any case, like putting them into a danger condition, a worse condition, some things like torture a person from inside and outside, it can be considered as a crimes against humanity. If we look to the statement on Article 7 of ICC Rome Statute. The definition of crimes against humanity. If we look to the Article 7 of ICC statute, there are three main element or factor of the crimes against humanity. A context, first, committed to widespread and systematic attack directed against civilian population. A widespread and systematic attack. What does that mean? Widespread. It means a large scale of attack. Let's say a bombardment using like a bomb to destroy something. It can be considered a crimes against humanity. Why? Because it's in the widespread, there are many elements and factors, including how much the casualties. And systematic, it means there are patterns to be followed. It means that they have a change command. So it can be the attack is organized very well. So there are improbability of random occurrence because they are organized since the beginning to the end. So that's one of the context of crimes against humanity. Widespread systematic attack directed against civilian population. Civilian population. Number two, pursuant to or influence of state or organizational policy. A crime against the acts is coming from a state, from a policy of state. If this command is coming from the state or organizational or organization, they're coming from there. The command of to do the crime against humanity coming from the state policy or organization's policy. This is one of the context of the crime, how to define crimes against humanity. Pursuant to or in furtherance of a state or organizational policy, based, which in other words, based on state policy or organizational policy. Moving on to subjective or mens rea. With knowledge of the attack. So, the perpetrator, the country, the policy maker of the country that commit the crimes against humanity, they knowledge of the attack. They know they do something wrong. They know they are attacking civilians. They know the consequence of their action. It can be considered crimes against humanity. Second, intent and knowledge as to underlying offense. Against all the policymakers, the state itself, understand that they are doing something wrong. They are doing something against the United Nations. They are doing something that can possibly make casualty of innocent civilians. So they are understand of their situation. They are fully understand what they are doing. They are aware. This is not the case that this is out of hand of some policymaker that, oh, my policy is make civilian get killed. It's not like that. They aware that they are doing that. That's a crimes against humanity subjective element. Mens rea. Move on to objective elements. Actus rea. So what is the crimes of against humanity itself? What type of crimes to be considered crimes against humanity? Is it robbery? No. There are many types of crime that can be considered crime against humanity. First, murder. Of course, if you murder people, people died. And that's a crime against humanity. Murder is most likely the basic of the crimes because doing something or taking action in resulting someone losing their life is a crime. Extermination. Extermination, it means like some state taking action and just eliminate a whole, maybe a whole, like they're attacking country, they eliminate the whole population civilian of that country. That extermination. It's not genocide, but extermination. It's some like similar to genocide, but genocide is some things like direct to one ethnically. But this one is just like randomly killing many people of the nation and the people exterminate. Enslavement. This is something that happen oftenly during the invading of one country to another country, because they're taking civilization to as a hostage, as a slave. They're taking civilization to the enslavement camp. And this also connecting to the second, deportation and forcible transfer of population. They gathering up the civilian and they forcibly move them to the enslavement camp. They are one of the main crime of the crimes against humanity itself. Imprisonment for the innocent. When you imprisonment innocent people, real innocent people, Like they just walking by the street and then you come down to hunt them down and imprisonment them. It's a crime against humanity because you're taking the rights of their life, the right of freedom, or others have deprivation physical liberty in violation of fundamental rules of international law. Torture, this one connection with the enslavement, because enslavement is something that connection with torture. You get you put civilian into slave, of course you torture him as well, torture them as well in a enslavement camp. Raping, oh, raping a sexual offense during the war, sexual offense during, this can be considered as a crimes against humanity, because raping, some other like researchers said that uh, raping or sexual offense during war is a collateral damage. I've been talking to myself, is it because the patriarchy of the world? No, I still don't understand. Sexual slavery, still the same meaning of this raping. Enforced prostitution, this happened, rape, sexual slavery, enforced prostitution, this happened in Rohingya, Myanmar. Very, very bad. The influence is not only just resulting that woman is died, but also the mentality, if they're still alive, the mentality is breakdown. They are going through a horror, a very terrifying moment of their life. Forced pregnancy, this also happened in Myanmar, Rohingya. Enforced sterilization, they cut off your vital. If you're a man, they cut off your vital aspect of body. Or any other form of sexual violence of comparable gravity. So this is all of the type of crime that can be considered crimes against humanity. Knowledge of the attack. In addition, there are several mandates that need to be fulfilled in order to define the attack against humanity. Accused knows that there is an attack against. The accused, the culprit, the perpetrator is knowledge. They are aware that there is attack. They are doing something wrong. So they know, they aware of their situation. Accused know that his or her conduct was part of attack. They aware that they are taking part of the attack. They're aware what they are doing is taking part of the attack. So you can put the people, because they are forced to take part in attack, they are forced to take a part in attack. You can put them in there. They need to be aware that they are doing what they want and they're aware they are doing wrong. Accused intended the conduct to be part of the attack. The accused person, the culprit, they want to be part of the attack. They are aware, and they are want to take part of the attack. And to be, in addition, no need specific knowledge, no need a specific, like a detail. The only thing that fulfill, they aware they are taking part of the attack. No need a specific detail or policy, motive, or of participation is irrelevant. Or policy and motive of participating is irrelevant. Their motive, their reason of participating in attack is irrelevant. Nonsense. So this is maybe element of how to define someone if they commit crimes against humanity. This is that need to be fulfilled. Attacks against humanity. According to Article 7.2 and A, attack is course of conduct involving multiple commission of act against any civilian. First, not a member of armed military. So this civilian is not combatant. They are not even paramilitary. They are pure innocent civilian. They doesn't know about the war. They are not taking hostilities against the opposing parties. So they basically doesn't know the war is occurring, but they are become the victim. So not a member of armed group, non-combatant of the relevant type. If they are a retired military, a retired war general military, they are considered not combatant at the relevant time. They are not the military at that point. At the time the war occurred, they are already retired as a military. So they are considered as civilian and not combatant at the relevant time. Because they are already retired and they don't take any job as a military. Predominantly composed of civilian. So the attack, if the attack is already happened and boom, 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 bombardment is already happened, of course the priorities target is the military objects, but then there are collateral damage of the civilian, and the casualties is predominantly composed of civilian. If area, another example is some area, there are a military object in their area, but in that area is predominantly composed of civilian. You can attack that, and if you attack that, it's considered attacks against humanity. Civilian are the primary object of the attack. So if the main priorities of the attack is civilian, of course is attacks against humanity itself, because the main primary object of the attack is civilian, and the subject of this presentation is attacks against humanity. So of course it's against attack against humanity. Moving on. So we'll talk about widespread and systematic. Widespread, large-scale nature of the attack and number of victims. But as I mentioned, court have not suggested number threshold of the victim, but 100,000 people should do it. But again, widespread, it means a large-scale nature of the attack. The attack was massive. The impact was massive. And a lot of number of casualties, like maybe 100 people died, 1,000 people died. And relatively number may also be relevant. The number actually target harm relative to size of the civilian group target. So there are many in widespread attack. The scale is big, and of course, if the scale of the attack is big, the number of casualties is also very, very big. That is a widespread attack. Systematic, unorganized act of attack and violence, and the improbability of random occurrence. First, highly organized. Systematically attack is highly organized. They have a change command. They know since the beginning what they need to do, and they already know what the result of their doing, and after that they already have a plan. After the first plan is ended, they already have a plan. So this is a following regular pattern. So there are some kind of pattern of the systemic attack. They are a pattern that has been following through round and round, back and forth. They're following their patterns. So they just like doing something from the textbooks. They already They already maybe in their mind is recorded they need to do something like this, and they just repeat it back and forth, involving substantial public or private resource. Involving this is, and also similarly attack is involving a substantial public and private resource. So any kind of private resource and public resource is involving in the systematic attack. Implicates high-level authorities. So of course, there is a chain of command, and high-level authorities is the one in top order. So this is systematic attack, an organized act of attack. They have pattern. They have highly organized. Okay. Moving on. Case review. Case of Muslim Rohingya in Myanmar. On 2017, Myanmar military set a movement to eliminate Rohingya paramilitary in response of the attack on the guard post beforehand. So before the Myanmar military attack the Rohingya paramilitary, they are attacked from the Rohingya paramilitary to the guard post. But so we mentioned this case of Rohingya case is already begun far away back there since 90, maybe since English invasion on Myanmar is already there. So, and the USA in response of this attack is considered Myanmar is systematically attacked toward the Rohingya. But the Myanmar military general Min Aung Hlaing at that moment said that the order of the attack was only directed to militant. Only to militant that attacked the guard post before the Myanmar military attacked the Rohingya. But United Nations state that the victim was predominantly civilian. And in the first 2 weeks of military operation of Myanmar military already cost 1,000 lives of the Rohingya people. So it's not only systematically, it's also widespread. They are attacking massively. There are many casualties. 1,000 people died in just 2 weeks. Systematic attack. Okay. According to Human Rights Watch HRW, the government of Myanmar used rape. One of the crime that has been Myanmar military use is raping. So the government of Myanmar used rape as their way to exterminate the Rohingya. How they do that? The barbaric action of the Myanmar military have left many women injured and brutally traumatized. And to be mentioned, crimes against humanity is not only murdering, it's also mentally damaged. So, women injured and brutally traumatized is also considering crimes against humanity. This HRW report seems to reinforce the accusation made by Pramila Patten, the special UN envoy for sexual violence in conflict areas. Pramila said that sexual offense had been ordered, designed, and carried out by the Myanmar armed force. Even if the Myanmar general Min Aung Hlaing said that it's not systematically the rape and the sexual offenses is collateral damage, is out of hand. But the fact that the BBC report that there are 3,000 women who pregnant because of these forced rape and forced prostitute, forced pregnancy, and why they are want to make a Rohingya woman pregnant is because the main purpose is one of the reasons for the systematic rape is directly related to Myanmar ultimate goal of ethnically cleansing. The Rohingya, by making Rohingya women give birth to Burmese babies, they want to eliminate the uh, generation of Rohingya by making Rohingya women pregnant their babies, their Burma babies, not Rohingya pure-blooded babies. So this is forced pregnancy. This can be considered a crime against humanity because it's systematically. Rohingya civilian taking refuge in Bangladesh, they are submit a report to Human Rights Watch, and they said to be there are many women that taking refuge in Bangladesh is on the pregnant condition because of the forcibly raping, forcibly pregnancy, and they gave birth of that child. They're taking care of it, even though every time they see the child, they still traumatized. That's the effect, that's the impact of the Myanmar wrongdoing. So from this case review, from this statement, we all know that Myanmar military or Myanmar government at that time is committed crimes against humanity. So I think that's it from me, Dr. Shafiq Sulaiman. Thank you so much. That's it from me about the crimes of against humanity. I'm sorry if there's any misspelling or typo on my presentation. Thank you so much.